Jordan.
All right, America's Morning Headquarters has you covered all morning long.
That's right. Jen Carfagno is here with a look at what's coming up at 9 a.m. And Jen, you're talking about one state. I thought this topic was a little strange, so I'm so curious of why you're talking about one state celebrating spring.
Well, in particular, yeah, we're going to Michigan because it's festival season. And, you know, when you think of Michigan in the winter, you think of gray skies and snow up in the months ahead.
It's probably, you know, a lot of folks haven't seen each other in months because they're all like hermits and they're like, oh, hey, we're back out.
Spring is big in Michigan.
Yeah.
So we're going to go find out why.
All right. We're looking forward to that. Jen, Alex, the whole team will be here.
The mid-morning hours, getting you ready for the big events in your neighborhood.
The Weather Channel has you covered from coast to coast.
Baseball season starts with some cancellations for games right along the East Coast, and the radar shows us why.
Yeah, we thought this was going to be the case, right? There was at least going to be delays. Yeah. They decided to, you know what, let's not even mess with it. Just postpone and wait for better weather.
Yes, and so opening day will happen on Friday for a couple of cities that are expected to today. And you can see the rain in the east here. I mean, that's the reason why there's no end to it.
Yeah, it's kind of stuck. I mean, right, this is the front that a couple days ago was actually not farther away from where it is right now. And it's just hanging out, and that's trouble. That can bring a lot of rain and flooding.
We've got a lot of colors pasted on this map as well. We're going to break these all down. You've got some spots with freeze concerns, spots with fire concerns, spots with snow concerns. And, of course, the rain, so we have it all.
Lots to talk about. Well, despite the dreary skies, Mother Nature...
Opening day, what is your ideal baseball weather?
Chase says my ideal weather...
I like the specifics.
Very specific. I like it, too. Well, all you have to do is hit the threads. You can share your comments. Let us know what you're feeling on this opening...
Total... There are so many different types of eclipses. In April, we'll witness a total solar eclipse, the first to come over the U.S. since August of 2017. And before that, you have to go back to 1979.
It's been a minute. Or it can be a minute, right?
It can be a minute, right?
Meteorologist Paul Goodlow details these rare and wonderful celestial events presented by Bristol Myers Squibb. Maybe some wintry weather in some spots.
Yeah, and you know what, Alex and Jen, of course, we know we love trains on this show. And if you're in Kansas City, one of my favorite cities of all time, and love trains, listen up. Kansas City Northern Miniature Railroad is hosting a special Easter train this weekend.
That sounds fun. You can ride the rails this Saturday with special conductor, the Easter Bunny. It will be the perfect way to celebrate the holiday early. Sunday it looks to be a little wet and soggy. You got to look at that forecast for you. Overall, considering Easter's a little on the early side this year, we are going to be looking, I think, at some pretty warm temperatures. There's a couple exceptions.
Yeah, not so bad. I mean, if you look in the bigger picture, we're not dealing with a ton of rain in a whole lot of places. Yes, we have our spots, parts of the Ohio Valley and the West, but overall, Jen, not a bad Easter Sunday, or Saturday actually leading up to it.
I mean, Saturday, a lot of upper 70s, low 80s across the southern plains into the southeast. Northwest looks good. We're drying out. We're going to have sunshine coming back to Seattle, but all the action is going to be with our big trough across the west and the low pressure that forms here in the lee side of it.
Yeah, this is an interesting day on Sunday in terms of severe weather chances. The Storm Prediction Center did say perhaps right along this warm front we could get some thunderstorms maybe at night, but also while not shown here and not outlined explicitly by SPC, we may see some farther out in the plains near that area of low pressure. We'll talk about that a little bit more at 50 past the hour.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of warmth out there. I mean, this is your forecast on Sunday temperature-wise. A lot of 70s and 80s all across the deep south here. Maybe in a few 90s in West Texas. Florida, you're going to be in the 70s and 80s. And look, Florida was so hot and humid, actually kind of sticky yesterday. It'll be a much nicer kind of 80-plus temperature.
And you can see that warmth in the southeast is associated with also the cold and snow in the west. The trough west, ridge east pattern is shaping up for us on Sunday. Heavy snow at the higher elevations.
Yeah, and so with this trough across the west, it's going to mean temperatures on the cooler side. Phoenix, example, 63 degrees. Los Angeles, Easter Sunday brings rain. You might have been thinking about having your Easter dinner outside. Oh, I don't know that I'd plan on that. Have an option.
Yeah, and we also have some showers and thunderstorms later on Sunday across parts of the Midwest, including, hey, maybe on Kansas City as well.
I did not know that either.
All right, good stuff. Well, thanks so much, Kelly Walgabat there with Travel Michigan for joining us there. Now, next hour, we're going to take a look at even more festivals happening this weekend across the nation.
You know, sadly, Groundhog Day is over, but there is something else exciting happening in Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania.
Coming up, the big announcement from the home of the most famous groundhog of all time. And you won't have to wait 311 days to hear about it.
Yep, it's exciting news. Time now for your dog walking. It is opening day, and we're asking you, what is your ideal baseball weather?
Well, Steve chiming in the shade. I don't care what else is happening.
But
I'm good.
what if it's chilly? Wouldn't you rather be in the sun?
No.
No.
Take a jacket. You'll be all right. Absolutely.
Tough love from Alex. Take a jacket.
It takes care of almost everything. You're in the shade. If it happens to rain, you get a little break from that. If it's too sunny, a good spot to be in the shade.
So everywhere I go, I always have like a big tote bag with all my jackets. I do always have jacket, and you never know what kind of jacket you're going to need. But it's tough because you can't bring like these bags into the stadium.
That is true. So you just got to wear it.
Yeah. Well, you can go to Threads, wear all the jackets. Go to Threads, send us your comments. You can share your pics and video with us using the hashtag YesTV. Groundhog Day, maybe.
This should be a contest.
Phil Jr. would be the obvious.
Then what's the other one?
Phyllis. Phil the first, Phil the second. Or Phil the second, Phil the third, I guess it would be.
Oh, yeah. For the big events in your neighborhood.
The Weather Channel has you covered from coast to coast.
Yep, and the baseball season starts with some cancellations, unfortunately, for games along the East Coast because of the rain. Look at the radar, it tells us why.
Yeah, you can see it up and down the East Coast, and you may think, oh, well, it's right along the coast.
Yeah.
It should get out of here in time for the games. Not quite.
It's been here for a minute, too.
Yeah.
I mean, this hasn't budged since last night.
That's right, and a lot of times, to your point, that we see things moving across the map from west to east quickly. This one is not moving, it's stuck.
Yeah, it's affecting up from south to north. We're going to talk about that coming up.
Well, despite the dreary skies, Mother Nature won't pitch a shutout on today's big deal.